pains and knowing that things are not going to be super easy, ain't going to be a cakewalk. It ain't going to be, the easiest, decision to be making. It's not going to be the easiest road to travel. It's really the road less traveled. Because a lot of us, we don't want to get strong. Growing pains, lyrics, everything gonna be okay. It won't always be this way. At my worst, when it hurts, won't be afraid. Sometimes faith has growing pains. When you're standing in the middle of a struggle, it can be hard to feel like everything is going to be okay. When you're facing depression and anxiety, when it feels like your family is falling apart, when you can't possibly imagine how could this work out for good. Everything is still going to be okay. We know what you're thinking. You don't know what I'm going through. And you're right. We don't, but God does. Just take a look at this verse. And we know that all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Romans 8:28. Whether he shows you his power by doing the unexpected or whether he wants to use the situation to make you stronger for the next. He works all things together for good. I'm not sure. And I don't know. Are the spaces where faith grows? It's a place where God can reveal his power to you. Jesus reassured us before he ascended to heaven by saying this. I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world. This verse is an encouraging and powerful reminder that Jesus has always overcame the things we are walking through, but it has something else as well, a command. He tells us to take heart. Whatever you're going through today, take heart. Your faith is growing. And your belief is getting stronger. And if he has overcome the world, he will help you overcome this. John 16, I have told you all this so that you may have peace in me. Here on earth you will have many trials and sorrows, but take heart, because I have overcome the world. Romans 8, and we know that God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose for them. Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow, so let it grow, for your endurance is fully developed, and you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing. What's up, everybody? So we are in a new series, Growing Pains. Growing pains. So we know our faith is going to have growing pains. So that is what we are talking about in part one. And see, this is a big thing that a lot of us need to understand, right? Is these growing pains, they could definitely be uncomfortable. They could really bring on a whole new set of challenges and stress and everything in between. And we know it's not going to be easy, right? We know it's not going to be easy, but once we understand that the growing pains are going to be there, we'll be able to make it to the next step and be able to get through those growing pains and know that there's going to be some growth in those moments. There's going to be growth in those journeys, right? There's going to be some growth there. And we know it's going to be great, right? We know it is going to be something that we needed to hear, that we needed to go through, and it's going to help us, right? These growing pains, it's inevitable, right? It's inevitable. We cannot escape it. We cannot get past it. We can't run away from it. None of that. No, we need to continue to be who we need to be, continue to grow, welcome everything in. Welcome everything in and be who we need to be and be the person that God has created us to be, right? That's what we're doing here. Right? That's what we're doing here, and nothing's going to stop us from that. And going forward with this, and going forward with the growing pains and knowing that things are not going to be super easy, ain't going to be a cakewalk, it ain't going to be, the easiest decision to be making. It's not going to be the easiest road to travel. It's really the road less traveled. Because a lot of us, we don't want to go through those growing pains. I understand that, right? See, a lot of us, we understand that we want the easy way, right? We want the easy path to get to where we need to get to. We don't want to be dealing with these little things. We don't want to be dealing with these struggles that are going to come by taking the road less traveled, by taking these necessary steps to really get to that next level. A lot of us, if we're really honest, we don't want to face that. We don't want to deal with that. We don't want to see that. We don't really want to even go down that road and try to figure out life, right? We don't want to. But see, this is what I'm saying. A lot of us, we're going to continue to be who we need to be. We're going to continue to do the things that God has called us to do. And it's going to be difficult. It's going to be uneasy. It's going to be very uncomfortable. But we will get there. We will get to the place, to the point where we need to be the better person, the bigger person, the person that God has created us to be. Because God has a purpose and a plan for our life. So if we continue to be stagnant, if we continue to be mediocre, we continue to just be lazy and just comfortable where we are, there's never going to be growth. And we're not going to get that growth. We're going to continue to be the same old person that we were 10 years ago, a year ago, 5 years ago. It does not matter. That's why some people, they don't mature. That's why some people, they don't grow. That's why some people, when you see them years later, they're exactly the same person. And that's not always necessarily a good thing. So, going forward, we need to understand where we stand in things, what we're going to do going forward, and know that there's going to be growing pains. If you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you so much, more than you ever know. So, Krayonn Rocket, our motto is be unique, be creative, be you. Why is this important? Because we were all created in the image of God. We were all perfectly and wonderfully made. So, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Share it, like it, subscribe.